Beloved Saints, today's 5-minute message of redemptive history is about the statute of the Day of Atonement and the duties of the High Priest Part 2 from the 6th book of Redemptive History series, The Eternal High Priest of the Covenantal Oath. When we look in Leviticus 10 verses 1 to 2, Aaron, who was the very first high priest, had 4 sons, and out of his 4 sons, Nadab and Abihu offered strange fire before the Lord, which he had not commanded them. Then the fire from the Lord came out and consumed the 2 sons, and they died. All of Israel were shocked and afraid because of this. At that time, God especially visited the house of Aaron, which had been consumed with fear and guilt. And through Moses, God spoke to Aaron regarding the statute of the Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement was on the 10th day of the 7th month in the religious calendar. The high priest offers sacrifices in the Holy of Holies on one day of the year, the Day of Atonement. This was the climax of all sacrifices, as it was the sacrifice that procured the forgiveness of sins for all the people of Israel. On the Day of Atonement, the high priest offered a sin offering for himself and for his household, as well as for the people. Then he offered a burnt offering for himself and another for the people and made atonement. This is recorded in Leviticus 16 verses 23 to 24. On the Day of Atonement, the high priest bathed his body with water and clothed himself with the holy linen tunic and the linen breeches, girded himself with the linen sash, and put the linen turban on his head. He entered the Holy of Holies alone and sprinkled the blood of the sin offering for himself and for the people of Israel. During ordinary times, the dignity of the high priest was on display through the magnificent garments he wore. When he entered the Holy of Holies, however, he did not put on the ephod, the breastpiece of judgment, or the robe of the ephod, but he only wore the linen robe that symbolized purity. The humble image of the high priest wearing the linen robe foreshadows the image of Jesus Christ, who purifies all sins by serving as the mediator between God and man. Entry into the Holy of Holies on this day was forbidden for all laymen and even for the priests. Leviticus 16:2 states, "The Lord said to Moses, 'Tell your brother Aaron that he shall not enter at any time into the holy place inside the veil, before the mercy seat which is on the ark, or he will die. For I will appear in the cloud over the mercy seat.'" Here the place inside the veil refers to the Holy of Holies, the area inside the veil that separated the holy place and the Holy of Holies. Entry into this area was forbidden to all except the high priest without exception. And the high priest was only allowed to enter this area one day a year. Beloved Saints, the first high priest Aaron was consumed with fear and guilt as he saw the death of his 2 sons as a result of sin. However, our God visited Aaron and gave him the statute of the Day of Atonement, which is a statute that forgives sins. Thus, God forgave the high priest himself, his household, and the people of Israel. Likewise, let us believe that Jesus, our eternal high priest, died on the cross to solve all of our problem of sin. Today, let us rely on Jesus, who forgave our sins, turning our sadness and trouble into joy and peace. I bless in the name of the Lord.